Hey y'all, come on in, come on in, come on in. I told you we was gonna do the stencil, but now I gotta find the stencil. So come on in, say hello, let me know. Oh, there it is. Let me know where you're watching from. We're gonna use this stencil again, the monthly calendar. Last time we put it on a surface that you can hang up, okay? This is a frame. I painted it with chalkboard paint. It is different than chalk paint. So I painted this with chalkboard paint. But now we're going to do it on cardboard for those of you who may not have that big of a surface. Because the stencil is... I forgot, and I don't have my doohickey out here, so let's do this. The stencil is 12, like 17 and a half, almost 18 by 12. So it's pretty large stencil. So, what I did was, I cut a piece of cardboard that big, okay? This side is painted with chalkboard paint. This side is painted with black chalk paint. Two different things. Chalkboard paint, chalk paint. So, we're going to put the stencil on first. And I am going to fuzz it because it's still pretty new. This is for in a minute. Okay. So, let's fuzz it. And what I'm going to do is turn it, since it's so large, I am going to put it stencil side down, sticky side up. And then we will fuzz it. That way it won't stick to anything else. Oh, wrong side. That is your drying side. Okay, your fuzzing cloth has a gray side and a green side. This is your fuzzing side. The gray side is to dry your stencils, okay? So you don't get any fuzz on them. All right, one more time across the top. All right, we fuzzed it. I'll set this out of the way. And we're going to kind of center this. Come on in, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, all the things. I'll have to look up here to see comments because my tablet is like totally dead or not alive. Okay. That looks pretty good. So we're going to put the stencil down. Make sure you have good adhesion around your silk screen. Okay. Now I'm going to take chalk paste. Chalk paste. And put the stencil on with. Okay. Now actually this piece of cardboard, I bought a new fan because my old one crapped out on me. So this piece of cardboard is just off of a box that my fan came in. So we're going to put some chalk paste. It was with the black lid. Your white lid is ink. Okay. Set that right there. I'm going to take a little bit bigger squeegee. And we're going to put this on here. Don't push real hard or you can run it through the silk screen. It is chalk paste, so you don't want to take forever because it will dry in the silk screen and you don't want that to happen. So let's just get it on here and then we'll pull off any excess. And if you do on chalk paste, if you do go past the edges, we can wipe it off before it dries. So welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Come on in, say hello. My name's Carol with RC Rustic Creations. Never said I could do this well, but I like to do it. Okay? So let's go back and pull off any excess we have. And just put it back in the pot. And don't push real hard because you don't want to pull all your chalk up, just the excess. any excess. Okay, now hold on. Put the lid on this because y'all, I have turned that sucker upside down. I dumped my yellow upside down once, so y'all. Okay, so now we're going to peel this off and put it on the backer sheet. Make sure you put it on the right side. I try to remember to put the name of the stencil on the back side so you'll know that the shiny side's up. So let's pull this off. Pull it off slowly. If you see any place you missed, you can go back and fix it. And lay it back down and fix it. And try not to let the sticky back touch itself. You can fix it, but it's paint in the hind end. Okay, so here's our calendar. Isn't that cute? Now let's dry it so we don't smear it. We're going to do some other things. Since it's cardboard, we're going to make it a little stiffer so it doesn't bend, okay? But I want to make sure the chalk paste is good and set. Once it is, it won't smear, it won't come off unless you get it wet and scrub on it, then it will. Getting it wet will make a mess, so don't use water to wipe off your actual chalk, okay? It's still wet. That's why I make sure it dries, because I like to stick my finger in it and it doesn't always work. So if you want the supplies I use for this, if you type supplies in the comments, I'll send it to you. If you want to know about our craft club, type #club in the comments and I will send that to you. That should be here next week and we'll do the craft club. I am a designer with Magnolia Design Company. Let me just make sure this is good and dry because I'm going to flip this over and we're going to make it a little more sturdy. Just got to make sure y'all line the world's worst to sticking my fingers in it. Okay. I think that's good. If not, well, think it should have been. Okay, I want to flip it over. And on the back side, I went ahead and painted some paint sticks. Okay, you can get these at Wally World, Walmart. I painted them with chalk paint, okay? What we did our stencil on is chalkboard paint. Okay, so we're just going to tack these down with some hot glue. Y'all know I love my hot glue. Okay, so let's tack this down just to hold it a little more sturdy. And I'm going to press it down and hold it for a minute. So come on in, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. And this will just keep it from bending. You know, cardboard, when it gets any pressure on it, it wants to bend. I'm just kind of staggering them. And I do have glue strings already. And I did 4. 2 kind of on top and 2 kind of on the bottom, just to keep it from bending. And I forgot to get my magnets. I'm going to put some magnets on these so I can put this on the end of the refrigerator. Put that one there. And then we're going to try to jazz up the edge, okay? And this one. Okay. Whew. Is it hot where y'all are? Y'all, I am sweating. Okay, so there is our surface. It's, now it's got dirt on it. Don't. Okay. That's out of a piece of cardboard and a stencil. And I did put 4 little paint sticks on the back to keep it from bending, okay? Now, let's try to jazz up the edge just a little bit in that same box with some of this corrugated cardboard, okay? So, we're going to how do I want to do this? Let's do it that way. We're going to cut some strips. And glue them around the edge. But first we're going to purdy it up a little bit. We're going to paint it just a little bit. Don't squish it, don't squish it, don't squish it. Y'all, I told you I like to do this, but, you know, we fly by the seat of our pants around here. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Okay. So let's see. So that's going to be pretty perfect. Just a little bit more. Y'all, it's hot. I don't do heat. My son always told me Arizona is a different heat. That is true. I did not sweat like this when I was in Arizona, but I wouldn't want to live there. Okay, so let's cut the other side. And then we'll cut the top and the bottom. Welcome in, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. I'm nosy. Okay. Trying to remember which number I cut it on. Anybody else waiting on fall? I'm just saying, I'm waiting on fall. Fall and spring, my favorite 2 times of the year. Okay, let's make sure it fits on this side. We're gonna, oh my gosh. Well, I didn't do that right. Fine, we'll cut another one. If you mess up, do it again. Just saying. I must have moved it. Alright, so we went with this one. So bear with me, bear with me. I'm not afraid of screwing up on camera. We'll just do it again. Okay. Now, let's do this and get it right the second time. Okay, so got that right here. Then we're going to cut 2 more to go across the top and the bottom. This is going to take care of our edges so we don't see them. Oh my gosh. So we'll do 4 and 4 and 4 because I'm going to have to use I want to do it this way. Let's do it this way. Now you can cut all fancy and all the things. You can make scallops or whatever you want. I'm just doing it flat. And I'm not even measuring. If y'all want to measure, go right ahead. This is probably an inch, inch and a half. You've been here a hot minute. You know I can't find a tape measure anyway, so we just eyeball it. Okay. Need one more because that's not quite enough. So this ought to work. And if you don't have like this just piece of corrugated stuff, it's just like the inside, you can take a piece of cardboard, wet one side of it and peel that off, and it will actually give you a more of a rustic look anyhow. Okay, now we're going to paint this first. So let me move this out of the way because I forever make a mess. Okay, and then we'll cut it to fit in a minute. So these are our top and bottom pieces. These are our side pieces. And what do we want to paint them in? And y'all, I'm going to tell you a secret. If your chalk paste or your ink dries in this, I let mine sit in the sink with a wet rag on it for just a little bit to wet that back up and get it off there. If it stains the green part, it's totally fine. You just want all of that out of your silk screen. So, what color do we want to do this in? Matter of fact, let's just do this. I'm going to use hot coral. Oh, that's a long ways down. Let me find me a little... Stop it. Satan, back up and get away. Get me a little tray, because we're going to dilute it. Okay, so we're just using chalk paste. You can also do this with ink if you're doing stuff that you're going to set with heat. Okay, hold on. There's, so I'm going to get a little stir stick. I'm going to get a little bit of this. Set my lid on that. And if I put water, you can still put it back in your pot. If you put water in it, it's totally fine. Because if that dries out a little bit, you can put distilled water in it. You don't want to put regular tap water or well water because you will have a petri dish going on, okay? So you want to use distilled water. So where did my distilled water go? I think it hit the floor at one point. Yep, right there it is. Y'all, if you saw my space, you'd say, why in the hell does she even try? We're going to put a couple of squirts. Going to take my little stir stick. I'm just going to stir that up a little bit to where it's kind of a liquid. Okay, it'll still dry. It'll still do what we want it to do. But I wanted this color, so don't. So just do that until you got a nice little runny paste. Set that right there. And then I'm just going to take like this little dabbing brush, this other stencil brush, dip it in. Because we're not going to paint the whole thing. We're just going to run over it, okay? So we're just going to do like this. Let me get... That's fine. I'll just wipe it off. I had some paper over there to put down under my painting, but I didn't do it. If you get messy, it's totally fine. hold on, I'll show you what we're going for. And it is chalk paste, so it is easy to clean up. Like I've got it all over my mat here. It's no thing. So this is what I'm going for. You can totally, see how you can see it in between? You can totally fill it all in if you want. I'm just going for more of a, I don't know what you call it, farmhouse, coastal look. I'm digging the colors, so I'm trying to do some stuff in the colors that I like. So if you get down in there, it's totally fine. Don't have a conniption. Some of them are a little mashed, that's fine. For me, if it's not for you, that's totally cool. You do you, boo. I'm just trying to give you ideas, and you can run with them wherever you want to go. So there's the second one. So come on in, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. I've always wanted one of these calendars, and I've never bought one, so now we can make one. The stencil is on my website. I will pin it in the post in a minute. So now I've got 3 of these. Okay. Now we're going to do this one. It's going to look different because it is running up and down like this. And it's fine. Put your own spin on things when you craft. I get lots of my ideas from Pinterest, other crafters, and then I wing it with my own spin. See, that one looks totally different because it's going upside down. Or up and down, excuse me. But I'm trying not to totally coat it, so that it looks a little more rustic, farmhousey. Okay. We didn't use much chalk paste at all. I will take that into the sink and wash it. Just take them to your sink. We do have stencil cleaners, or you can use a sponge. Just make sure you get all of the chalk paste out of your silk screen, which is the see-through part. And it cleans up pretty good out of your paintbrushes and all that. So it's all good. It's all good. Once again, I'm trying to dry it so I don't smear it. My big old fat thumbs, I can get in everything. And we're just covering up the edges of our cardboard. I don't want to get chalk paste everywhere on my fingers. If you're watching the replay, if you'd hashtag replay and let me know where you're watching from, I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay, I think that might keep me out of some trouble. Alright. So, now we need this back, and it's all done. It's not going to bend unless you, like bend it. And then that's your fault. Put the lid on this. Like I said, if your chalk paste does start getting a little dry, and you can do it with the ink as well, just put your little distilled water in it. Not out of the tap, not out of the well, distilled water. Alright, now I'm going to glue these on. just a little bit. You may still have to do a little trimming here and there. Okay, so this goes here. And that goes there. Don't stick your finger in it. And then this one goes down here. Because I'll tell you right now, my cardboard is not straight. Okay, so there's our edges on the side. Now I may have to trim the bottom just a smidge. Okay, there's that. And that. I'm gonna set this over here so I don't make a mess. Because if you've ever seen me, I'm a hot mess. I get stuff everywhere. It's okay. It's okay. All right, now let's get this one glued down. Don't touch the hot glue. That's more for me than it is for you guys. Okay. And let's glue this little piece down. Alright, so I did that correctly. A little glue right there. A little glue right there. Because I'm kind of overlapping in those grooves. Okay, does that make sense? Hold on, I'll show you. Don't. Okay, so I did a little overlapping on the grooves right here. And then this bottom one, I think we're going to have to trim when I get it on there. Because it's going to cover up my stuff. Okay. Get this in poked down. Because I want it just below my white line. Just below the white line. And then we'll trim it when we get done. I figured that would be the case whenever I did this. But it's fine, it's fine. And a shot more. And then I need to cut just a little bit more. Overlap it. Don't cut it right there. Okay. So now, glue this piece in. And then we'll glue the top piece on. And if you want to totally paint this, if you want to cut diddly doops in it, all the things, you can do whatever you want to do. Matter of fact, yeah, let's trim it just a little bit. I'm going to trim it just a little bit. Let's see how bad I mess this up. I'm just going to go down the edge and trim. All right. So here's our monthly calendar out of cardboard, trimmed out with a little piece of the corrugated part. Now I was gonna take some magnets, but I don't know where they are. Anyway, you can get them at the dollar store or Dollar Tree. The little magnets that come like 6 to a pack, 4 to a pack. I am going to glue them on here and here. Stick this to the edge of my refrigerator. So that's all there is to it. Piece of cut out cardboard. This was the cardboard off of a box fan or a oscillating fan. The back side is painted with chalk paint. And I put some stir sticks, paint stir sticks on it to keep it steady. This side is with chalk board paint. A totally different animal, okay? So then on here we can put, what is this? August. And when did it start? Friday? I don't remember. You can put all of your little numbers on there for that month. Do not use a wet rag because you will smear the chalk paste, okay? If you take a dry towel or an eraser, you're ready to go for September. Okay? I will take a picture with those on there, the magnets. I don't know where they're at, and I really don't want to go to look for them while anybody's on here. So, I appreciate y'all. If you want link to the stencil, Chalkpaste, any of that, let me know. Put hashtag supplies in the comments, and I will send you the links that you need. That's all there is to it. And if you get done with this, you throw away and make another one. It doesn't matter because it's cardboard. Paint sticks. This is just a piece of the corrugated cardboard that was in it. You can totally go back and paint those edges. I did not. So, that's all I wanted to show you. It is the monthly calendar stencil, cardboard, chalk paste, chalk paint, and chalk board paint. The chalk board paint is what's going to let you erase what you've written on there. If you get that wet, this will smear. So just use a dry cloth or an eraser. Okay? So, I'm going to leave you with that. I will take a picture of this on my refrigerator later. I appreciate y'all stopping in. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. What else? If you want to share me out, that would be greatly appreciated. What else? I think that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Thank y'all. I appreciate ya.